Hello and welcome to all those sitting on the Peru Midlife fence. If Machu Picchu is on your bucket list, then I promise you this is the way to see it. We really appreciate, though, the enormity of hitting the let's do it button, as it is a challenge both physically and mentally. But having done this last year, all I can say is it is so worth it. So have a listen or a read to the following to see if we can help you move to the next step by running through who we are, the planned itinerary, and answering FAQs. So starting off with the leap. Who are we? Well, I'm Millie and I head up the midlife adventures here at the Leap. The Leap itself specialises in creating off-grid volunteering adventures around the world. But what is unique to us is that all our adventures are put together by our overseas partners who are mainly local NGOs. What this means it is through their network of contacts and their local knowledge which enables us to create these really unique and bespoke experiences. In the case of Peru, we work with a local NGO called the Andean Alliance of Sustainable Development, AASD to you and I, run by the Heavenly Kerry. They and Kerry are based in the heart of the Sacred Valley, about an hour from Cusco, in a pretty little town called Calca. Kerry and her team look after the welfare of the high Andes communities, as their livelihoods are being threatened by climate change. Through their creative projects, it is now possible for these communities to diversify their crops from the potato, and indeed, some are now growing strawberries at 4,000 meters high. Who knew that was possible? But clearly it is. So the midlife itinerary, what has Kerry and her merry team planned for us? Well, it's a journey of two halves. The first being the acclimatization project and cultural phase, which helps get you ready for the 4-day high altitude trek in phase 2. Through Kerry and her contacts, you will experience living with local families. In my case, we lived with the gorgeous Glennie in her wonderful home and were fed like kings. She is an amazing cook and knocks up these wonderful teas to help with altitude, dodgy tummies, you name it. She is the most caring human being. But you're living there with Glennie and her whole family, chickens, dogs, cats, everything goes in her home. So it is a really wonderful local experience. You will also acclimatise properly, but not just in run-of-the-mill places where every Tom, Dick and Harry can go to. No, you're going to go to stunning off-grid locations, such as the Lake of Gold, situated at 4,000 meters high, which honestly was one of my highlights. Here you enter a stunning, almost surreal place, and it is historically so important, as this is where the Incas apparently fled to when the Spanish invaded, and indeed they threw all their gold into the lake, which apparently is still there. Not that we saw any of it, but that's the theory. You will also contribute in phase 1 to Kerry and their projects, the AASD's projects, gaining a real insight into how simple yet life-changing grassroots initiatives can really make a difference. And lastly, in phase 2, the trek. You are not going to be doing it with color-coded tents, okay? You are going to be doing it with our local guide, Ruben, and his team, who are exceptional. Ruben and his team, they were all brought up in the high Andes. So they're going to take you on hidden routes, hidden remote valleys, over these wonderful passes, past their family members. We're going to camp out, or you're going to camp out, literally in the gardens of their friends and family, giving you such a unique and authentic, heavenly experience. So, Midlifer FAQs. Let's start with, how long do you trek for? Okay, you're going to be completing 4 hardcore days of trekking, okay? About 10 miles a day at altitude, going up and down. It is a challenge, there is no denying it, but the views and accessing these remote parts really outweigh the grit, the tricky, and the sore ankles and the sore knees. Anyway, How fit do you need to be? No doubt about it, you do need to be relatively fit, but strong in your legs and buttocks is the key thing, more than aerobic fitness, to protect your knees as the terrain is going up and down, up and down. However, mentally resilient and being determined is the key to success. And that is the number one ingredient, which will get you from the start to the finish. How does the sleeping accommodation work? Well, in week 1, everybody will be staying with Glennie or Maritza. Everyone will have their own rooms, which are basic, but really, really cozy. On the trek, you've got 2 nights in a tent. You can have your own, but most people like to share. The 3rd night is in a little hostel, which we take over. And the 4th night is in a basic hotel at Agua Calientes, which is at the kind of last point after the day's trek. So you're only going to be really roughing it for 2 nights, but it's civilized roughing it. We were given lovely little kind of buckets in the morning of warm water to wash ourselves. You get cozy, got your hot water bottles, and the food on the trek is absolutely delicious. So next question. I want to come, but I'm worried about not knowing anyone. Totally get it. Okay. And you are not alone. Loads and loads of you are in the same boat. And I've led 6 midlife teams now. And for some reason, it just works out. And you really do become friends for life. I love all my midlife teams. Anyway, next question. Your dates don't work. Can I go another time on my own with, not on my own, but with a group of my own friends? Yes, you can. You can indeed. All you need is 6 friends to make it viable and get in contact with us. And we can sort out dates, bespoke dates to you, and even an itinerary which can be shaped to your exact requirements. So yes, all possible. Kit, what do we need to take? Don't worry about that. We send you a kit list and we will run through everything. There is a bit of technical stuff that you need. Actually, no, don't think crampons and that thing, but you do need a really good pair of boots. You need the proper day rucksacks. You need various things to make the journey comfortable. But don't think about that now. This is all about just getting you to think you can do this. And we will then get you all properly kitted out. Flights, do you book them for us? No, I don't actually book it for you, but we in the office will send you a recommended flight. So everybody gets on the same flight. So they arrive and leave at the same day. But if you want to go earlier or depart later, easy peasy, we can help with that. So those are the main things that I wanted to share with you. So I hope you're feeling happier and ready to hit the let's do it button, because we really hope so. Don't let fear and kind of worry and procrastination get in your way. We are all prone to do that. We know it's a massive commitment, but I promise you this journey is so worth it. Never have I seen such beauty, met so many kind people, and been allowed to test my own resilience. So I highly recommend you just go for it.